What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is an exciting day because I got a gigantic box delivered to me today. This is from Varla. They make super powerful scooters. I call them super scooters. I don't think anyone else is using that term, but I'm coining the word now. And the reason why I call these super scooters is because these things are crazy powerful and crazy fast. So the Varla Eagle 1 Pro is basically an evolution of the original Varla Eagle 1, which in itself is still a badass scooter. I love this thing. It has 1,000 watt motors front and rear. It's got hydraulic disc brakes front and rear. It's got full suspension front and rear. It's got a gigantic battery pack. It's an absolute beast. And this is even bigger than that one is. So let's open this thing up and show you guys what the newest Eagle 1 looks like. This is the Pro model. Let's check it out. Man, this box is really big. I mean, for a scooter, oh my God, and it's heavy too. This thing has got to weigh like, I don't know, 80 pounds. It's pretty nuts. For example, this is an e-bike box, and the Varla Eagle 1 Pro is bigger than this e-bike box. That's nuts. All right, let's pop this thing open. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Wow. Look at that. That's actually packed really well. It's not moving around, that's for sure. There we go. Let's just lay that down there. Look at this beast, man. Wow. This is definitely a different design than the original Varla Eagle 1. I can already tell there's different parts on it. It's not going to be a lot of setup on this thing other than the handlebars, really, because the wheels and tires are all installed already. But yeah, that's nicely packed in there. Very nice. I'm just going to tilt this thing to the side and then kind of just drag it out. Just got to make sure I don't scratch anything. I want to keep it beautiful looking. Look at the size of this thing. This thing is huge. Oh man. There you go. Man, I know on camera it doesn't really kind of show the size of this thing. Keep in mind, guys, this thing is a scooter. This thing is gigantic. Look at that stem. There's the folding mechanism, the front suspension with the fenders. I haven't even put the handlebars on yet. There's like a little kick pad there for your back foot. All right, let's keep going. Let's put the kickstand down. Get out of there. Wow. Definitely well packed. Get out there. Woo! Look at that. Look at the size of this thing, man. It's already, I can tell already it's bigger. That is really cool. Man, these tires are, I think, are 11 inches. Well, the original one was 10. So this thing is definitely bigger. Everything is bigger on this thing. I don't think anything on this thing carries over to the old model because this is definitely bigger. Buried deep inside the box is this smaller box, and of course this has to be the charger. Yep. So in the box you get a bell, a nice little pocket tool. Oh, this is the it's the LED display. There you go. It's different. It's not on the bike already. And then here's the charger. There you go. That is the battery charger. Let's see how many amps this thing is. It says this is a 2 amp charger, so it's on the smaller end of a charger, so probably going to take a while to charge this thing up. I'll look at the manual to see how much time it takes to charge this thing from dead. If it was a 4 amp charger, it'd probably be a considered quick charge. I have another charger for the other Varla, so I'm going to contact the guys at Varla and see if I can use both chargers at the same time, because they usually come with 2 ports. And I'm pretty sure this one comes with 2 ports, just like the original. So let's keep going and put this thing together. It does come with a owner's manual, Eagle One Pro. So of course you should always read your owner's manual for safety in general, just to be safe with these things. What to do and what not to do if you're not experienced with these things. I'm already experienced with these, so a lot of this stuff I'll be familiar with. I know how to put it together for the most part. The folding mechanism is new to me, so I'll have to look that up a little bit. And then, of course, probably a new display, so I'll have to learn a little bit about that as well. That is pretty nuts. Let's see, so you open this up like that, and you close it down. Oh, that's pretty straightforward, really. Yeah, that's actually really cool. That is so much easier than the original Varla Eagle One. Yeah, you can see right there the difference. I mean, that's pretty beefy as it is with the double clamps. This one's literally, it almost looks 2 times bigger on the clamp. And then the folding mechanism is bigger too. And it's also a different style. So this one has this steel, it's almost like an H-shaped steel part that fits into an H-shaped recess. And you just unscrew it, then you drop that H-shape part to fit like a puzzle, close it down with this big huge turning knob like a thumb screw. Now that steel H-shaped piece is puzzle fitted into those 2 other parts. So that's not going anywhere, and it was super easy too. That one over there is kind of hard to unclamp the double clamps, whereas this one, that was super easy. So there you go. Your stem is set up just like that. And there's a secondary backup as well. So there's this locking pin. It's a steel pin that just sits right in there like that with a detent, so it's not going to fall out under vibration. And it just locks in with that detent. So now you really can't disconnect this. Matter of fact, I think if this were to come loose for any reason, which it would be very implausible for that to happen, I think, it still won't fold even with this completely disengaged. Would I write it that way? No, absolutely not. But it's just nice to know that you do have 2 forms of locks on here. So the big H block and the backup safety pin. That's actually really nice. Good job, Varla. I'll take your plug over here, and yep, it does have 2 plugs, so this is capable of doing fast charging if you had two chargers. You just plug it in like that. It's red. It'll turn green when it's fully charged. So while I'm putting the handlebars on, we'll charge up the battery and see if we can get a quick ride in before the sun goes down. Yeah, even the stem looks beefier than the original stem, which is nice. They could have left that the same, but they actually beefed this up too. Very cool. So one of the things I noticed too, what's cool about this is basically a kind of like a standard mountain bike setup. So if you wanted to upgrade your stem to a more BMX style or mountain bike style, you could do that as well. And just like that, the handlebars are on. Very nice. So now you got to put the display on. All right, time to put the display on. It just has these swiveling clamps. They just swivel and then you bolt them down. That's easy enough. So I'm just going to kind of keep it kind of loose on there for now until I figure out exactly where I want it. So if you look at the cables here, you have these chiclet looking things that look like pieces of gum. But these are actually NFC keys, I believe. So we'll take those off here in a second. But yeah, you just plug in these wires. They're all color coded, so you can't do it wrong for the most part. So green goes to green, and there's even arrows that tell you how to line them up. So just line up the arrows so everything is where it needs to be. There you go. And these have like a relatively dust-proof, waterproof kind of connection, which is nice for those sprinkly days when water splashes up. Then you have another one here that's just black to black. Again, line up the arrows because they do go a certain way. There's the arrow and the arrow. It's almost like a suction cup how they stick together. And that's it. We are all wired up. Now, I think you have to swipe the NFC card somewhere before you start it up. I'll look at the manual and see how we do this. One of the things I noticed when you're putting this thing together, they give you these grommets that go into the metal where the wires come out of the metal, and these grommets are just to protect the wires. Mine was completely separated, which is normal in shipping. So all you got to do is just kind of move it into place, and it should just kind of pop right in. There you go. Just wiggle the wires around and wiggle that rubber piece in there, and you'll eventually get it to look nice and fitted. So now your wires won't fray when they rub against the rubber, because without that rubber it would be rubbing against the metal. So that's nice. Cool. Oh, it's 50% charged. Actually, it's almost 60% charged. Ooh, nice. Look at that. All right, and just like that, the Varla Eagle 1 Pro is fully assembled. And it's pretty easy because all you're doing is just putting the handlebars on and then plugging in some wires and then locking down the hinge. And you're pretty much done. There's not a lot to it because the wheels and tires and suspension, all that stuff's already pre-installed at the factory. But there you go. That's a look at what it looks like when it's all put together. Look at that swing arm, man. It is definitely bigger and beefier. I think even the brake rotors are bigger because they look like it. Those are the Zoom hydraulic disc brakes. See, there's the original Eagle 1. And that's a pretty beefy suspension, but this one's just bigger. And the tires are bigger, man. Those are 10-inch tires. These are 11-inch tires. So that's appreciated. These have street tires on them. And I'll eventually put some off-road knobbies like that one, because that one came with street tires too, but I'll eventually put some off-roady tires on here for the campsite. So I use these at the campsites when we go camping, because they're small, lightweight, fast, and easily packed away. Doesn't take up a lot of space. And there's the rear swing arm, again, just bigger and beefier. There's the other one there, the original. Again, that's pretty badass too, but this one's just, holy crap, it's just much bigger. Just look at the suspension coil in the back. It's all spring coils. Looks like the disc brakes moved to the other side on this one because it's on the right side on the Eagle 1. On the Pro, it's on the left side. Not that it matters. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. The deck looks like it actually might be the same. It just looks bigger because the battery's bigger, I think. But that's pretty cool. I think I saw online that they make an aftermarket deck that actually is really wide. So I'll look into that and see if that's actually not a myth or not, because I could have swore I saw one of these Pro models with a big deck, which is pretty cool, man. Look at that headlight. Headlight is huge. So this one over here, the original, has these little headlights built into the deck, which technically are headlights, but they didn't really do that great of a job. I mean, it was serviceable. It was enough to see and get you home if you were stuck at night. But this is a legit like e-bike headlight. I think it's huge. So to turn it on, there's actually a little button there that says light. You just hold it and dang, look at that. That thing's pumping out some serious light. Oh man, that is cool. We'll have to do some night testing for sure. Just turn that off. There you go. And then here's a look at the LCD screen. I'm charging it up right now. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You just cycle through the buttons just like normally. On all electric vehicles for the most part, it's plus up. So now you have, it says pedal assist, but I think that's what that stands for, PAS, pedal assist. But there's no pedals, it's just power assist, I guess. So there's only 3. 2, 1. So you can go to, I guess, just 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Pretty straightforward. And then there's also a cruise control on here. There's your battery percent in bars and in percentage, which I like. Digital speedometer, the power assist levels, your trip. I think that's, I don't know how you, oh, there you go. You hit the power button to scroll through. Trip, I don't even know what that is. Odometer, trip, and whatever that is. I don't even know what that is. Gotta look it up. Very cool. This one has the thumb. Oh, it's like a thumb lever. That's cool. The other one over there, the original, has a trigger over the top, over here like this. It'd be like a trigger on top, which gets the job done, but I didn't really like the positioning of it. It works, but it just kind of forces your hand to be in a certain position, whereas the thumb is a little bit more natural, I think. In my eyes, that's a little bit more natural. I like that. It kind of reminds me of ATVs, and you know, a lot of ATVs use thumb throttles. So I used to have a Honda 400EX and a Polaris Sportsman, so very similar to those, which is nice. It's got lock-on grips. See the lock-on grips, so they won't rotate and spin, which the original had lock-on grips too, but these are just nicer. These are the Pro model, and they are nicer. And there's the hydraulic brakes, which actually look very similar to the originals. These ones say Zoom, and they're aluminum, I think. Yeah, I think that's aluminum. It's hard to tell. These for sure are aluminum, and these are branded Varla. They don't say Zoom on this one, so pretty nice. The cables are routed cleanly, and they're all managed with this wrap. I'm just going to leave the NFC card there for now. But yeah, there you go. That is a look at the new Varla Eagle One Pro. 1,000 watt motors front and rear, hydraulic brakes front and rear, and full suspension front and rear. Pretty nuts.